Hey Book Dragons, welcome back to my channel. Glad you could be here with me. Today we have got a book haul to take care of. Let's go! Thank you to my patrons. I really appreciate all you do to support the channel. So it's been a little while since I've done a book haul, and I thought it would be great to get that out of the way. I've hauled a few books in the last month or two, and some physical, some not so physical, the ebooks. So as you know, I buy a lot of stuff on ebooks, so let's get right to it and tell you about all the fun books that I recently hauled. Starting with More Than a Vampire. This is the first book in J.R. Carroll's More Than Human series. And he put it on freebie sale one day, and I've been curious about it, so I snatched it up. Why not? And I'm very excited to read that. And recently, he actually gave me a copy of his second book, More Than a Gunslinger. So now I've got two books in the series to read, and I think he's in the middle of writing the third one. I don't know anything about them. I kind of want to go into this series blind, so I will let you know more once I get a review up for those. I also got the ebook and the audiobook of Coraline by Neil Gaiman. You know Neil Gaiman is my favorite author, and Coraline is such a fantastic story. I just wanted the ebook and the audiobook so Neil can read it to me one day. So that's one of the books I got. I also got Cards on the Table, which is a Poirot mystery written by Agatha Christie. And I don't think this is one that I've read before, or if I did, I don't remember it. It's been so long. Some of the ones I read when I was a kid I remember, and some of them I don't. So this one doesn't sound familiar, but maybe I did. I also got the first book in the Dragonlance Legends series, which I believe is the immediate trilogy following the first three Dragonlance novels. So it's The War of the Twins by Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman. And I'm very excited to actually start reading Dragonlance. I just need to do it at some point. I also got The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson. I'm a huge fan of the Netflix series. It was one of the best horror series out there when it first came out. One of the best I've seen. Now, of course, I'm kind of new to horror, so, you know, I can't really speak much on the subject, but I thoroughly loved the show, and I'm curious to read the book that the series was based on. I also got The Ninth Reign by Jen Williams. I have read this book. I read it a while back and really enjoyed it. I borrowed the second book from a friend, which I believe the second book is called The Bitter Twins. I'd have to look. I was really excited to see it on ebook because when I first read the book, they were not available on ebook, and this is a series that I determined I wanted to own on ebook. So I was very disappointed that it wasn't available, but now it is. She must have cut a new deal with her publisher, and The Ninth Reign is a really good book, and I'm excited to read the next one. So I picked that up for my Kindle. I also got a BookTube darling on my Kindle, Shadow of the Gods by John Gwynne, the first book in his new series. And I still have not read John Gwynne. I plan to soon. But everybody raves about Shadow of the Gods, and it's Norse inspired, so I'm like, yeah, why not? I'm very excited to get to reading John Gwynne in general. So I'm excited about that. And then I got a nonfiction book by John Kabat-Zinn, who is one of the founders of the modern mindfulness meditation movement. And his book is titled Wherever You Go, There You Are. And it's a cool title. And I'm definitely into mindfulness and meditation and stuff like that. So I figured I'd pick up his book and see what it's like. So now let's get to my physical books. Not very many of them, but there are a few. I recently got in the mail today, actually. As I'm filming this, I got it in the mail today. And this is The Legend of Black Jack by A.R. Witham. Now, I've seen one other review on BookTube for this. It's a self-published book. I really like the cover. I like minimalist covers for some things. And this is a really great cover, I think. The author did reach out to me and asked me if I wanted a copy in exchange for an honest review. I'm like, sure. I went and watched the other video by Andrew's Wizardly Reads, and it sounded great. So I decided to go ahead and jump on it. I don't do a lot of author requests on my channel. That's just not something that I put myself out there for. But on occasion, if it sounds good, I'm like, yeah, go for it. Just know that I don't do that on the norm, so don't be flooding my mailbox. But I was really excited to get to this one, and the author gave me a nice note inside as well. There's some pretty cool illustrations in here as well that the author's put in there. So I'm very excited to see what this is like. Yeah. I also got Gallant by V.E. Schwab. And not only is this her newest book, I found this at a local independent bookstore close to me, and it's a signed first edition. I'm like, picking my jaw up off the floor, and it was reasonably priced. And I recently started reading V.E. Schwab, and I'm like, yeah. And I read the synopsis. I'm like, yeah, I'm doing this. I'm getting this one. So I'm very excited for that one. I got the second volume in the Elric saga, the new releases. Isn't that a gorgeous cover? I mean, look at that. Look at that green and the blue spine, and oh my goodness gracious. And there are illustrations in this one as well, color illustrations. Now look at that one. Check that one out right there. Dang. So yeah, I'm very happy to have this. Look at that map. Oh my gosh. I've not read Michael Moorcock yet. I've never read any of the Elric books, but they were just so gorgeous and so eye-catching. I'm like, yeah, I gotta get those. So that's that one. And then I completed my Lock and Key collection with the final volume, volume 3 of the original Lock and Key story. And I was kind of bummed it came in that, it got a little banged up in shipping, and I'm like, but it's okay. Not a huge deal. It happens, right? But I'm very excited to eventually read the Lock and Key series. I have not read it, but I've seen the show and I love the show. So I'm very excited to read these. And there's even a Sandman tie-in, which I already have the Sandman tie-in. So I've completed my collection and I'm so excited. Yay! And that concludes this book haul. What do you think, guys? Let me know in the comments below. What books have you hauled recently? And what books do you think I ought to haul sometime? And not just a digital haul. What books do you think I ought to haul physically? Are there any special collector's editions out there that you think I just have to have? Let me know in the comments. Until next time, guys, make sure you read more books. We'll talk then.